Hi, everyone. It's Tuesday and the 26th. Can you believe it's the 26th day of February? At least it's a nice one at that. A little bit on the cool side, just a little, but a lot of sun. And we've got more sun in the forecast. We've also got some more showers, not heavy, and a few snowflakes as well. And temperatures ranging from 30s to 60s, or near it at least, for daytime highs throughout your forecast. Perhaps upper 50s, I should say. No, actually, tomorrow we do have a 62-degree Wednesday in store. That will be the best day of your forecast. Already determined. With that said, still trying to catch up. Don't know that we'll ever get there, but tonight we will speak with the county and the school system about roads that were assessed again today, how that has led to school being in session on a delayed basis tomorrow, and what they are kind of trying to relay to parents in regards to roads they will not be able to travel in the big yellow buses. A fire that I ran out to just a few moments ago, just above my house in Dixie. Yes, we'll take a look at the voice from last night as we're anxiously awaiting tonight's next round for Nathan and Chessie Arnott. I've got the 15th region laid out for you as we've got scores and schedules as they stand now. And other news and information before I leave you. We'll go ahead and go right now to that structure fire, as was reported right around 4:30 or a little after, actually, earlier this afternoon, just as I was coming in to start producing the show. The Sagersville Fire Department responded to a call of a structure fully engulfed on Combs Street off of Dixie Avenue. I had literally just enough time to make the, albeit short, trip to Dixie, just above the house, and back, and bring you this footage with very limited details. But what appears to be maybe not a controlled burn, but maybe an attempted controlled burn. I'm not quite sure. I do know that this was a mobile home that was being taken apart and was largely down to some sort of a shell, and then was on fire upon arrival of the Sagersville Fire Department, who was dousing water on nearby structures to keep the fire from spreading. Again, no other details officially at this time. If there's any more to the story, any other structures damaged or anything of that nature, we'll have an update for you on tomorrow's program. Now for an update on school and county roads via the one call that I believe most are aware of, as it was sent out by the Magoffin County School System earlier today. Schools in Magoffin County will be back in session tomorrow, running on a 1 hour delay after the system and the county have spent essentially the last, 60, closing in on 72 hours, assessing the damage to local, city, county, and state roads.
Monday I knew I wasn't going to be able to go to school, but yesterday I met with Matthew and he kind of broke down some roads for me to be looking at. And so today we decided that we wouldn't be able to go today with the number of issues that some of the roads had, and it allowed him another day to get some of them taken care of. So what I did today was allow my bus drivers to run their routes, normal routes, to where they could get a bus to, and if they couldn't, they stopped, and then I have them take photos of some of the areas and some of the concerns. And what I'm doing now is just kind of showing them with Matt, and we're kind of doing an assessment of what he can get to quick and what he's already taken care of, and some of them he was aware of, and maybe a couple of them he's not.
Judge Executive Wireman says that county crews have gained quite a bit of ground in the past 24 hours since we spoke last, and that the state has offered to volunteer the National Guard to come in and speed up the process.
Right now, I've still got my road crews out in various ends of the county. We're primarily in the northern end. We're over on Literal and Mine Fork, and we're on Grape Creek, and I think we even got crews heading down toward in the Middle Fork area. But we've got a lot fixed in these 2 days or 3 days now, I guess. Time's flying, and we're addressing them as fast as we can. But I don't have all of the roads that's been fixed yet. We're going to meet here in a couple hours and see where we stand, because I've had an offer from the state to possibly send in the National Guard with some of their equipment, and they want to clean up some slips. But to the credit of a lot of people out there with their tractors and their buckets on them, they went ahead and cleaned some of them up so they're temporarily passable. And we're going to go around and see those ones that still are presenting imminent danger, and it could be that we request that additional assistance. The big road bridge that I sent pictures to you down at Lummy LeMasters, we've got a temporary way for those folks in and out. Should be completed by 4 or 5 o'clock today. We've had the state bridge inspector over there taking a look at it and looking at our plans, and we're in the process of getting what we plan to do for a permanent structure approved. But other than that, we're a lot better off today than we were this time yesterday. And a lot of that's due to a lot of hard work by the road crews and by the citizens out there. The roads here that Scott's bus drivers have brought in, we'll be going out to some of those, a couple of them I wasn't aware of. But we'll get those addressed, and hopefully we'll be back to some sense of normalcy here pretty quick.
Along with the pictures, 19 different bus drivers brought them a detailed list of their routes, the troubled areas, and the areas that weren't as well, identifying where there were small breaks in the pavement, where roads were completely washed out, where roads were maybe impassable for a large bus, but possibly for a smaller one, and some places where a slip had already been taken care of, but another one had happened right in its place or very nearby, with the schools attempting to contact all the affected families.
Some of these roads, the buses will not be able to run on tomorrow, but we're going to try to contact families and let them know that what roads we're going to be running on, and we're going to go on a 1-hour delay, so that allow more visibility for the drivers to see the roads and see some of the concerns, because even though they spotted them today, you may forget, and so we're just trying to make sure we keep the children as safe as possible.
And one of the things with the slips, those slips, we went up to a couple of roads and cleaned slips out, and
come right back.
Yeah, 2 hours later you call, hey, 300 feet up the road, got nothing. And that's the thing, trying to keep caught up is a problem.
And I've got another flood-related story for you coming in just a few moments. Yesterday, the McGoffin County Rescue Squad Captain Carter Conley detailed how the squad had made 5 stranded motorist rescues. Well, I have a story and an interview with one. I'm not sure if it's one of those 5 or not, but it's how I, under some very unusual and somewhat unfortunate circumstances, met a state elected official who didn't make it through McGoffin County as planned. We'll talk with our state's auditor and his events pertaining to the flood in just a moment. Whether it's game time, family time, or any kind of fun or hungry time, it's always a perfect time for the party platter from your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. 20 crispy buffalo wings, 20 hot and spicy wings, fried pickles, cheese sticks, jalapeno poppers, mini corn dogs, jumbo breast strips, and spicy jumbo dippers. It feeds a crowd for only $34.99, and you get $3 off if you call and order one at least a day ahead. It's party time at your Sagersville Lee's. Here are just some of the sizzling hot deals this week at your Sagersville Save-A-Lot. Chicken drumsticks and thighs, 69 cents a pound in family packs. Pork ribs, 99 cents a pound in family packs. And boneless chicken breast, $1.69 a pound. Red Baron pizzas are on sale, $2.99 each. And Sara Lee honey wheat loaves of bread, $2.29. And pick from the tastiest varieties of apples for only $1.99 per 3-pound bag. Price is good through Tuesday, February the 26th at your Sagersville Save-A-Lot, and be sure to check out their new website at savergroup.com. Heart disease. It's the leading cause of death for men and women, taking 1 of every 4 lives. And it's not just affecting older adults anymore. Obesity, high blood pressure, and smoking are causing heart disease in those as young as 35. But the good news is, it can often be prevented with good choices, like letting the professionals at Hope Family Medical Center help you manage and improve your condition. February is American Heart Month, and the providers at Hope are ready to help you with good choices, which are as simple as calling, coming in, or attending their chronic disease self-management program every Wednesday in February at the Lakefront Church of God. Big Sandy Healthcare and Hope Family Medical Center want you to love your heart.
If you've been injured in an accident, make no mistake, it's all about the money. Considering filing bankruptcy, it's all about the money. I'm attorney Jeff Lovely. I represent injured people who deserve all the money they can get. I represent people who deserve to keep their hard-earned money. If you've been injured or considering filing bankruptcy, call me at my Sayersville office at 349-4522 or at my West Liberty office at 743-1965.
Don't drive or let your family drive in this or this before doing this. Stopping at Conley Tire in Staffordsville for brakes, oil, alignment, and of course, tires. Thousands of tires in stock every day to fit anything with 6 months no interest financing and over 33 years of quality service with a smile. Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Spring can't get here fast enough, but new spring fashions can, and they're already coming in at the seasonal shop. They've got new designs from Simply Southern, including their Simply Cute hair bows, and all sorts of new designs in home decor, new bourbon and bow tie jewelry, and literally something new coming in every day. Make spring happen on your time at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop in downtown Sagersville. Just in at Parkway Gun and Pawn, and everybody was eyeing this one, a lever action Adler Arms 410. And this Maverick over and under 12 gauge, another over and under 12 gauge by TriStar. And if you're looking for something air powered but still potent, this Ruger 22 caliber rifle will have you covered, and this Gamma 177 is just in stock. And they've got the latest in personal protection in all the calibers and in all the names and styles that you're looking for. And they won't last long at Parkway Gun and Pawn, 349 Pawn. We'll be talking about the flood and the recovery efforts, I'm sure, for a while, and as much as time will allow. I'm still trying to get all that most important information out there. But I do have one story that I can share with you tonight. It's about how I, in the midst and pretty much right at the peak of the flooding, Saturday night, had the privilege of meeting Kentucky's, our state auditor, not under the most ideal of situations, certainly for him more so than me, but I met a shoeless and a very wet Kentucky state auditor, Mike Harmon, and two members of his staff, as their car was flooded out on Johnson Fork during a detour effort as he was trying to get back to Frankfort from an event in Pike County. Kentucky State Auditor Mike Harmon had lost his car, he'd lost his shoes, but not his sense of humor, as his way through Sagersville literally took a detour and then another. His car was totaled. He and two members of his staff were wet and tired, and they spent the night here in Sagersville after calling their friend, State Representative John Blanton, who then called me. But given it all, Mr. Harmon was in good spirits that night and that next morning as he was headed back to Frankfort. And as I, who didn't make it in about 5:30 or so that morning, was still asleep, our mutual friend, State Representative John Blanton, captured this soundbite from Mr. Harmon, a little description about what happened and a little word of thanks. And you'll have to excuse some of the wind noise.
We were coming back from an event in Pikeville and got detoured down here at Kentucky 134 and unfortunately hit a patch of water and got kind of car flooded out. We got out and I actually took my shoes off. We were going to try to push the out, and unfortunately we didn't get that. Another gentleman, I never got his last name, but his name was Ronnie. He seemed like a real nice fella. He brought a truck down through here and he was going to try to pull me out, but I think we couldn't find a place to lock on. I think he was a little afraid that it might damage my car. I don't think it would have damaged any more than what it is since it flooded. But he took me into Salyersville and we were trying to track down a tow truck. And here, tow truck company we called and said they couldn't get out. The gentleman brought me back, and thankfully the two guys that were with me, they had walked up, I think on the other end, and some of the transportation department got them back down here, and one of the deputy sheriffs took us into town. Of course, I called my good friend John Blanton, Representative Blanton, and he helped coordinate getting us a place to stay up at Ritz for the night, and then we're out here taking a look at the car, which looks like it's pretty much toast. That's all right. People are safe, and one thing I do know, people in McGoffin County are great people. It seemed like everybody wanted to help, and I'm very appreciative of it.
You just never know who you're going to rescue during a flooded situation. With that said, it's going to be round 2 tonight. Just as exciting as we had anticipated. And there's nothing like a little drama to add to the story. And for a moment, it looked as though it was all over. But it's not. And in fact, we'll be talking about it and with them very soon. But in fact, Nathan and Chessie, after the dreaded no turn, are back on The Voice again tonight.
Last December, Nathan actually messaged me online. We went on a date.
I took her to Texas Roadhouse. Then we went to a bluegrass jam.
During the date, he texted me, even though he was sitting right beside of me, and he said, "Man, I'm falling for you." And literally the whole date, he sent stuff like that. Of course, he wasn't being serious, but he said, "Marry me?" ? And we got married 3 months later.
And then I mean, especially if you know Nathan and Chessie and their music and their talents, and you've heard or seen them play in so many places and opportunities, the unthinkable happened.
Well, I woke up this morning, it was drizzling rain. Around the curve came a passenger train. Heard somebody yodel and a hobo moan.
Jimmy's daddy's been a long time gone, been a long time gone. He's been a long time gone. Yeah, if you wanna get to heaven, gotta D.I.E. The lonely cold and the T.I. Let's go! Wanna get the rabbit out of the OG. Make the OG like a D.O.G. Like a D.O.G. Like a D.O.G. Well, I got a good woman, what's the matter with me? What makes me wanna love every woman I see? It was time for it, and now it's time for it again. And every woman she sees looks like the place of coming. Looks like the place of coming. Like the place of coming. Well, I got my name painted on my shirt. I ain't no ordinary dude. I don't have to work. I don't have to work.
I don't have to work.
I don't have to work. I don't have to work. Come on.
Yes, to the dismay, and I'm sure got to be some heartbreak of many, certainly the Arnotts and their families, a 0-chair turn. Although the crowd and the judges seem to be enjoying themselves and their performance. But with the new rules for the past few seasons of The Voice, they're not gone, and the show even alluded to that they'll be back on the stage tonight for another appearance, this time a battle round where they'll be fighting for their chance to stay on and be a contestant of The Voice. Now, I talked to Nathan earlier today. He was actually right back at the veterinarian's office down at the West Liberty Veterinary Clinic, and he's on until 8, which is right about the time the show starts. So I didn't bother him today, but I figure after tonight's show, certainly before the end of the week, we'll touch base with him, see how it's going, and we'll see how it all unfolds on tonight's next edition of The Voice, starring Nathan and Chessie Arnott. Oh, and by the way, we're aware of the Paintsville-Salyersville twist to the entire situation. I will worry about that a little later on and talk to him about that at the next opportunity we get.
They were good. Now, a sneak peek at the comeback stage, presented by Lay's. Because the journey isn't over for Nathan and Chessie.
We was hoping for some chairs to turn. So when BB said y'all come back, we was just so excited about it.
You guys are so talented. Would you come back to the comeback stage?
Yes!
You guys are like so cute. I hope you have beautiful babies and you guys all create a little band and I'll come and watch you.
You could sense that there's true love there and they have the potential to be country stars.
BB, she has worked in so many different genres, and I'm so thankful to her.
You guys ready?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, kill it.
And we'll see if they do, starting tonight at 8. I've got what's happened thus far and what's getting ready to happen in the 15th Region Tournament in just a few moments, and your updated weather forecast right now. A brief community calendar that starts off with a couple of birthdays. All brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. Birthday wishes to Donna Sloan. Donna, this was for yesterday. I didn't have time to do a calendar yesterday, so a bit belated, I think, now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Donna Sloan from Lexi and Lucy. And birthday wishes to Eric Phipps from Rose and the boys. Happy birthday to you. And if you've got a birthday, anniversary, or announcement that you need for your church group or organization, this is how you get them on the show. With that, here are tonight's funeral service announcements brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. And those listings include an announcement for 61-year-old Anita Lou Johnson of Old Lick Creek Road, who passed away on the 24th. Anita is survived by her son, Laramie Shane Gullett, and a host of family and friends. Visitation is this evening and prior to services that will start tomorrow at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. 38-year-old April Pennington of Sagersville passed away on today's date. Arrangements are incomplete in her honor at this time, but to be announced soon by the Sagersville Funeral Home. And lastly, this announcement comes in loving memory of Mabel Nichols, loved and missed by a host of family and friends. Check out the newest arrivals at Gateway Motors, like this 06 twin-turbo V8 all-wheel drive Range Rover, this 06 Jeep Commander full-size trail-rated luxury, this 05 GMC Yukon with third-row heated seats loaded up, and they've got an 08 Nissan Frontier four-wheel drive V6 automatic with only 122,000 miles. And this 06 F-150 has 119,000 original miles. And you can drive off in any or all of these for about $200 a month at Gateway Motors in Sagersville. 349 cars.
Appalachian Wireless is transforming the way you upgrade your smartphone. Trade in, trade up, and experience the benefits of Appalachian Wireless's trade-in program. Head into any Appalachian Wireless retail location or go to AppalachianWireless.com to get an estimate on your device. Use or apply your device credit towards your new Appalachian Wireless device or account. It's that simple. Just another way Appalachian Wireless proves better service and bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Car wrecks, truck wreck, disability, workers' comp, slip and fall, wrongful death. Your case matters to you. Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8780 at Sagersville National Bank. They know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. The flu and flu-like illnesses are widespread in Kentucky, and they're not going away anytime soon. So odds are, if you aren't or haven't been sick, you likely will be. And Parkway Pharmacy has exactly what we all need to fight it and any other cold or illness, from immune boosters for adults and children as young as 2 to all-natural homeopathics made right here in the United States of America. They can help prevent you from getting sick or get you fast relief if you already are. With great tasting and easy-taking gummies, powdered mixes, rapid-melting fruity tablets, and syrups at Parkway Pharmacy. Well, for what I would expect to be obvious reasons, I have not made it to the Expo Center yet in Pikeville for any of the 15th region. We'll most certainly make it there before the end of the week because, well, of course, the Lady Hornets are going, and I have to make sure I'm there by then. But tonight will be the second round of boys action following 2 games last night. Here's how it turned out last night and what lies ahead. Last night in the boys bracket, the now 25-7 Johnson Central High School Golden Eagles eliminated the now 16-16 Prestonsburg Blackcats 80-49. Prestonsburg, the 58th district runner-up, while Central, the 57th district champs, now go on to face Shelby Valley's Wildcats. Valley now 28-5, the 59th district runner-up to Pikeville. Valley, who sits at the top of 15th region standings, who nearly doubled up on Phelps last night, 59-33, the final score. Moving on to boys action tonight, it is Floyd Central versus Paintsville in Game 1 at 6:30. Floyd Central 6-24. Of course, they lost many of the players on their team in protest of their coach. They now have a new coach, Sean Hager. Some of those players have returned, and they're on a 3-win streak, and they're the 58th district champs over Prestonsburg, and they're taking on the Tigers of Paintsville. The Tigers are 18-7, and of course, your 57th district runner-up. In Game 2 tonight, tip-off at 8 o'clock. Pike County Central 18-13, the 60th district champions versus Pikeville 21-8, the 59th district champions who beat Pike County Central 82-56 in the regular season. Girls play gets underway Wednesday night in Game 1, tip-off at 6:30. We've got the 16 and 14 Johnson Central Lady Eagles, the 57th District champions, versus the 22 and 10 Lady Bulldogs of Lawrence County, the 58th District runners-up to Floyd Central. In Game 2 Wednesday night, tip-off at 8, Belfry, 13 and 17, the 60th District champs, over Pike County Central, will take on the ladies from Shelby Valley, who are 17 and 15 and the 59th District runners-up. And in Thursday's tip-off at 6:30, we'll have top-seeded number 1, 27 and 2, Floyd Central Lady Jaguars versus the Lady Hornets, who are coming into the 15th Region, 7 and 24, and the 57th District runners-up, who've got their work cut out for them. In Game 2 Thursday night at 8, Pikeville, 24 and 7, number 2 in the 15th Region, 59th District champs, and Pike County Central, who come into the first round play at 20 and 11, and the runners-up in the 60th District. And here's what lies ahead weather-wise. Nothing severe, no major monumental amounts of rainfall. So glad to report. And in fact, we've got another dry and really beautiful day ahead tomorrow. As for the flooding itself, we have still, of course, some floodwaters that have had a hard time escaping, with the majority of the others which have receded. River, creek levels back down to certainly where about they should be. Certainly not a major issue as far as the actual level of the waters. But that's not to say some folks around the Red River, Kentucky River, Big Sandy, and Cumberland River basins, because they're going to see some continued flooding in those areas through midweek and maybe a little after. But we will see continued dry conditions, I'm so glad to say, for at least a little while, starting with tonight's 34-degree low, a light wind, mostly clear skies. Tomorrow for your Wednesday, sunny and 62, a breezy Wednesday ahead. Winds may hit 5 to maybe even 15 miles per hour tomorrow. Our next chance of precipitation is tomorrow night, but really about 2 to 3 in the a.m. on Thursday morning. That's when we'll see a 20% chance of showers, and then maybe a 40% chance by Thursday. Thursday night, we will see showers. We will also see a daytime high Thursday of 52 and a low that night of 37, but there are a few flakes in the forecast. Friday, low 50s, mostly cloudy, a 20% chance of some showers. Friday night, a chance of rain, maybe mixing to a little snow. We'll drop down to the mid, maybe low 30s Friday night with some precipitation still in store, a few flakes that won't add up to anything. And then Saturday morning, maybe some snow showers to start early, no accumulation, and then we should top out at around 48. Saturday, a 20% chance of rain. Saturday night, cloudy, or at least mostly cloudy and cold, down to 24. The latter half of your weekend, partly sunny and much colder. 34 Sunday, a 40% chance of snow Sunday. And Monday, we dry up again, and temperatures will hit only about the upper 30s with partly sunny skies starting off next week. And that will do it for now. And you know, I do get asked quite often, as I did again today, why don't you make the show an hour long? I have the material. That's not the problem. It's my sanity and the time that it takes to produce it. That's the problem. But thanks for the encouragement. I really do appreciate it. With that said, we'll see you back here tomorrow night for more of Your News Today. Good night.